travel to a faraway jungle to find the source, each having their own reasons. Welcome to the Tomb of Annihilation.
Yep.
Alright then, let's get this party started. So, welcome back everyone to session 12 of our adventure. Can you believe it?
12.
12.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Okay. I need to wait for that to load. Oh. Let's go this one.
Why is Lumen dead?
I just died.
Oh no! What happened to you, Lunan?
Fine. I will resurrect and I will be double the size.
You've worked out that you can play with the size now. Okay, so session 12. Welcome back, everybody. It is the morning of the 22nd day since you left Port Nyanzaru. These last 3 weeks of Chult have been hot, humid, stifling at times, and only getting worse when the sun reaches its zenith. Under the guidance of Azaka, your journey through the jungle has been relatively easy. She's foraged enough food for you during the days and prepared your meals at night, pointed out any poisonous foods to avoid, made sure you've stopped to refill your water skins as soon as it rains, and has chosen suitable campsites, ensuring you get enough rest to avoid exhaustion. Even though she's pushed the pace a little faster than your journey with Ruuku. In our last session, you had just cleared the Firefinger from the Terrafolk. Found some treasure that you shared out, including Azaka's family heirloom, which you handed back to her and leveled up. You found a clue about the Ruuku Outpost, and a hint at a vast cache of treasure hidden therein, but guarded by a deadly trap. At a steady pace, you set off deeper into the jungle. Before nightfall, you came across a waterfall cave containing an undisturbed skeletons of a rider and its mount, and a barrel full of honeydale. You rested there for the night. Fearsome sounds of creatures searching the water and the surrounding area carried through the entrance to the cave during that late evening. Eventually, the creatures moved on, and come morning, so did you. The next day, you set off, and by the afternoon, you came across a campsite, its 3 halfling occupants dead. On searching the bodies, you found pots of pure exotic honey, which attracted 3 giant wasps once opened. You fought them off, but not before Azaka got stung and paralyzed. Now you stand in the middle of the campsite. Dead wasps lie on the ground, and Azaka has only just regained movement, no longer paralyzed. Aye, Connor, but those bugs were big, huh? Does anyone have any insect repellent on them? I don't want to pick up any of these diseases out from these insects, nah?
If I recall correctly, Roka gave some insect repellent to us. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There you have it. Yeah. Insect repelling incense. Correct.
She takes it. Ah, but you are too kind, thank you. And she starts to rub the cream onto her open skin. She looks around, looks up at the sky and goes, yeah, I think we should keep moving. We still have maybe 3 hours of light left before we need to make camp. Or we can camp over here and leave before sunrise. What say you?
I would rather continue.
I'm bringing the honey, I think, but I'm closing it.
So you're going to close it back up and bring it with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
At least one of them.
Okay. Anyone else?
I'm fine to go.
You're also going to go. Good, good. The sound of the jungle carries through from the background. Let's put that on. Okay. That's the one that I was looking for earlier besides the rain. Fantastic. Okay, so all of you together, you get back into your marching order with Azaka in the lead. Moving through the jungle, you hear the sounds of the creatures, and slowly the sun begins to set as it dips under the canopy of the trees and things start to fall dark. Azaka points out the spot where you're going to camp for the night. As usual, you go about the evening chores, setting up camp. Azaka tends to a fire, which she keeps quite small just so she can boil enough hot water, and cooks a couple of pheasants that she found in the last 2 hours or so whilst you've been moving through the jungle. You sit down and break camp and have your dinner amongst you, taking in the sounds of the jungle around you, contemplating the 22 days you've already spent.
Do you guys think that we are okay time-wise? We don't know how much time do we have to end the course before people start dying.
And we also have to get back. That's the point. It's not enough just getting there, unless our cockerel has some way to transport us back.
They can teach us to fly? Yes?
That will be amazing. Yeah.
Besides that, I don't think the curse affects people equally anyways. Some might fall faster.
But the quicker the better, I would say.
Do you guys think
Of
this is
course.
going to work? The vial of blood.
It will probably buy us some more time, but this device, whatever it is still out there, isn't it?
It's the only shot we got.
Azaka,
Yes.
what do you people hearing Chold say about the death cards?
You know, the death kiths, it is something relatively new, but I know of one or two people who are afflicted with this disease. I am not 100% sure that it is, either a curse or a disease. All I can say is that every couple of days, the victims, they seem to grow older or wither away and die just a little bit more. But as much as I have heard on the rumors, it only affects those people who have already died. If they go to the priest or the witch doctor and they are brought back to life, they will suffer if they are here in Chult. It has been said that perhaps there is a couple of cases across the seas and as well in the Fae. This is a very serious business. If we could end this, we would become very famous.
Wait, could you repeat that? Are you sure that? I mean, do you people in Chult believe in the Fae?
But of course, I am thinking it is only normal. Aish, I mean, where do all of the little chwinga come from? Yeah? Where else? And I would think, where has the city of Mesro, the original big city, when Ubtao left and the city disappeared, where did it go? But it can only go to the Fae. I mean, it must do.
Mm-hmm. And hey, DM, question. this is not normal, correct? And people usually don't believe in the Fae.
There are different beliefs all over the place. There are a lot of religions, and because in this particular world there are rifts that break through to other realms and let demons and creatures through, they've been experiencing it for hundreds of years. So
Mhm.
the Fae is very plausible, you know. You haven't yet come across a full Fae person, say like a fairy or something. Um, but some people believe elves originally came from the Fae.
All right.
So yeah, there are people that believe. Go on.
Oh, I was gonna continue. Yeah, Lena. Why would people not believe in the Fae? They are real?
You know, some people I've treated in the past, they seem skeptical, at least, about them.
But they I don't understand. I've never met anybody who doesn't believe. It makes no sense. It's like saying humans don't exist or
That water is
giants.
not wet. That water is dry.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, no. There is magic all around us, you know. How the jungle moves and how the creatures are and where did we all come from? The Fae is real, I say. You know? In the jungle here in Chult, we see the Chwinga. And they are the Fae sprites and spirits and they help the stranded traveler. Yeah.
Oh, I know they are real. I mean, an Archie pulls out of existence. Uh, Here, my owlet itself, he's a fake creature. I know for a fact that they are real.
Oh. And she turns to Yelena and nods. And, it is that he is a believer now, eh? You see? So easy to convince these heathens.
That is very true. And there's not much to convince. Maybe one day I take you. If I can find the way. I don't know the way.
Oh, this would be something special, yeah? Oh, but I would love to see this with my own two eyes, yeah.
Jarlena, are you implying that you're capable of entering the Fae realm?
Oh. And I would not say I'm capable of snapping my fingers and taking us. Yeah, that is definitely not the case. But maybe people back home know more about going there. I do not very well remember the place.
No, how did you get here?
Well, I assume my parents brought me here. I was a baby. I definitely did not crawl out of a portal and into a village.
Aish, but you are from the Fae. Hey, this is something special. Oh,
I
would you
suppose
recognize
so.
your parents today if you saw them?
I don't know. Yes, I would. They live with me. Well, they did. Well,
Yo.
sort of.
I think everybody in this place, in this party, is so blessed to be around someone from the Fae.
Oh, I don't know if it is that much of a blessing.
Have you been there?
When I was a baby, but not since. There's been no need to go.
Mhm.
We have our own little place. That is,
No way to go, apparently.
and no way to go, but we don't think about that. We have home. That is all we need.
I understand.
What is your home like?
My home,
Yes.
Cormir, is certainly different. It's far away from here, in the north. It's also an island. It is more, pardon me, Azaka, is more civilized, more. We have cities, we have artifices, steam machines. It's marvelous, really. I I hope someday we can I can return. That's part of the reason why I am so eager to see my brother.
I see. It sounds lovely. And hopefully you get to return home sooner rather than later. It isn't always nice being so far away.
It's been a lot of years not coming back. I'm certainly want to at some point.
And your brother is here in Jot?
Yes, if the word from the Flaming Fist leader is to be trusted, he was last seen in Mesro, which is a couple of days from to the east from here.
Perhaps if we have time we could go, but I don't know how much time we have.
Yeah, we will see. It's not. I mean, if it happens, great. But I don't want to risk this mission from successing. Time is important.
That is true, but family is just as important.
Hmm.
We will find a way.
You're right.
And at that point, Azaka bids you all good night. She's going to catch a little short rest before the morning, and she departs.
I will take first watch if you all want to go to sleep.
All right.
Sounds good. I'll take when you're ready to rest. I will take over for you.
Thank you.
Okay, so you set up your watch, bed down for the night, contemplating some of the conversation that's taken place and how far along into the jungle you've come. The night passes uneventfully, and you wake up the next morning. Azaka comes around to help you break up camp and pack things away, and the sun slowly begins to peak above the canopy of the jungle. The outpost cannot be much further away. As you begin to set off, a rain shower cools the morning. And with the water and the rains, the jungle seems to come alive. You fill up your water skins after draining them and push on through deeper into the jungle, waiting on Azaka to choose the path ahead. The early morning passes quickly and uneventfully, until Azaka suddenly stops, one fist raised in the air. With her other hand, she motions you all to take a knee, and then she points to one of her ears. You stop and listen intently. I need everyone to roll a perception check, please.
Sure.
Oh, some good rolls. Alright, so it's only Lunan. A few moments later, those of you who got above 10, you can hear it. Barely audible over the cacophony of the jungle life. Somewhere in the distance, you can hear shrieking, wailing even. The sound of something either battling for its life or slowly dying. With her fisted hand, she motions you forward and makes the keep low signal by moving the palm of her hand downwards. I need you all to make a stealth check, please.
Yeah, great. There you go. I knew it.
Yeah, you don't even need to roll disadvantage for the 3, do you?
I rolled disadvantage.
Oh,
A
is that
1
what
and a
it is?
17.
Oh, ouch. Okay. Dusty got a 10. Felris. Oh, Lunan, stealthy AF. And Yelena a 6. Okay.
Lunan don't hear anything, but he's quiet.
Yeah.
At least.
You move. Slowly, you all follow Azaka, moving a little closer, keeping low, ducking under ferns and brush and bushes, trying not to step on any twigs and sticks. Every now and then, 3-4 steps, you hear a little snap behind you, and you turn as you see one of your companions at the back. A little bit shy and bashful, Vargo looks up, realizing his mistake. You slowly carry on as Vargo looks at Yelena, and they both give the oops. As you come a little bit closer, you can hear the sound. Clearly, somebody. Eee! No! Shoo! Shoo! Ah! Somebody please help me! Azaka holds up her hand, spreads out the fingers, and then makes a fist. The sound is coming roughly 50 feet ahead of you in the jungle. Pushing through the jungle, you spot a small clearing ahead, and a man in a tanned loincloth, tied to a post, covered in what looks like the same exotic honey you found at the halfling camp. A backpack is tied to the back of the post, and several giant bees are swarming around him. The man is desperately trying to blow the bees away from him, as he's crying in dismay at his situation. As you zoom in on where his position, you notice that several pink swelling stings are already beginning to cover his body, as the bees swarm around, dart in to sting him, and then continue to swarm and harass him. Is it this one? It is not. Bear with us, caller. There we go. Has everyone got the map come up?
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I need everyone to roll initiative, please.
There you go.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So nobody ahead of you has noticed you. Dusted Cole, You are the first in line. Over to you, sir. You have one turn of, let's say, surprise before you can do anything. Before
Oh, there it is.
the bees get to react, yeah.
Well, I have tabaxi movement, so I would like to move 55 feet straight next to the man.
Okay.
Soon. And then, are they giant wasps like before, or are they just small bees?
They are not like the ones before. They are small bees, which are considered a swarm of bees. So they are represented by one big swarm.
Well, then it doesn't really work trying to stab them with a rapier. I'm just going to try to swing through them with the warhammer.
Oh, okay. Alright, so you go running in and you take a swing as they start buzzing around. Bzzz.
Oh yeah, the nice Warhammer. I remember.
That's 12.
Just to confirm, Azaka was the only one that put on insect repellent. Is that correct?
That's correct.
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay. Right, back to you, sir. A 12. A 12 actually hits as the hammer flies through the swarm of bees. You feel it connect with a couple of them. Poof, poof, splat. Go and roll.
Flat, there you go. 7 damage.
7 damage. Alright.
Magical bludgeoning, yeah. Well, 6 bludgeoning and 1 radiant. I think? No, wait, it's just bludgeoning, all of it. Magical bludgeoning.
Yep. The magical warhammer you picked up.
Yeah.
Yep, so the radiant damage does not kick in. Yes. Alright.
Oh, but there is no radiant damage, it's just +1, yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Alright then. It is up to Fargo next, followed by Azaka.
Sim doesn't disappear suddenly. Vargo just goes over there. Can I use my action to try and seek some more enemies in the distance?
You want to see if there are any other enemies around?
Correct, yeah.
Yeah, you don't need to use your action, you can just roll a perception check.
Alright. 21.
Alright, looking around, you do not notice any other creatures in the area.
In that case, I will firebolt the swarm. I don't think that hits.
Oh, the firebolt just zooms wide. You notice that one little bee manages to singe its wing and it's starting to fly in a circle as it looks confused bzz, 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 and drops to the ground. But other than that, you don't hit anything else.
And I use the rest of my movement to go there.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Excellent. Right then, next up is Azaka. And Azaka is going to... She's going to use all her movement and she's going to move up to there. And she is going to equip her longbow, draw and knock, and she's going to hold her attack action. Valrys
is going to move up there and also use Firebolt.
Oh, okay. Good luck.
Mm-hmm. There we go.
19 definitely hits.
And 2.
Oh, and the fireball flies into the swarm, and as it explodes, you do 2 points of damage for a total of 9. The swarm has taken a little bit of a dent, but they seem to be a little bit more angry by this. Yelena.
She doesn't want to go near the bees. So she's gonna walk a little bit closer and then throw a. Where's it gone? Oops.
Ray of Frost.
A ray of frost. Hell yeah.
Okay. Let's see, they're only 40 feet away, so that should be good. Ooh! And the ray of frost flies into the swarm of bees. Roll your
yeah.
damage, that definitely hits.
They have their speed reduced if anyone wants to run away from the bees.
Oh, good shout.
It's a 1. Amazing 1 damage.
Among us three, we barely managed to do normal damage for one person.
Oh boy.
It doesn't seem to deter the bees, but one little bee in the swarm drops frozen and doesn't move. Anything else?
I think that is it. She will look at the others and look at the bees. And she'll take a moment and say, "Do we need the insect or bees?" And she'll leave it at that.
Okay. In which case, next up then is Lunan.
So I lost the map again, but I'm moving forward a couple of feet. So tell me if I'm standing on something weird.
No, you've moved forward 2 squares.
Yeah, that's good. And then I'm hoping to distract those bees a bit with some sound by tolling the dead, clinging the clock. They can do a wisdom save or take this damage.
Oh, right. Told
It will be one
It's
d12.
wounded. It's wounded, so 1d12, yeah.
I rolled the wrong thing.
But
you can do the save first.
I rolled a 0.
Okay, so then they take this damage. 8.
Oh, wow, 8 points of damage. As the bells ring out, it's not Christmas time, but it's definitely time to kill some bees. Alright, and the shocking shockwaves from the sound batter into the swarm as they seem to scatter and half of them fall on the ground dead. The swarm has definitely reduced in size. It's probably about 25% left how big it was. Which now means that they become aware. And they roll a 4 for initiative. Okay, so top of the round is Dusted Cole.
He's gonna take another swing at the swarm.
Okay.
That's only a 10.
That unfortunately misses. Anything else?
Let me just confirm something here. Now I have to hit them to do something. Never mind. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Next up is Vargo then.
Vargo will move to there and try another firebolt.
Okay.
Not much better.
Oh, Vargo just misses and sails wide. Anything else?
No, we are losing to a swarm of bees.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Right, Azaka's turn, and she has got a longbow in hand, so she is going to attack, and she gets a 14, which actually hits, and she does 8 points of piercing damage. And as the arrow flies through, it knocks a couple of the bees in the swarm, and she manages to land the killing blow on a group of bees. That is the end of our combat. I has killed something, yes! Oh, I tell you. You must be careful with the swarm. These insects, they can give you diseases if they sting you, which is why the insect repellent Yelena is so good.
So you do need insect repellent for bees. I didn't think they were.
Yeah. In Chult, bees are called insects, you know? Anything that bites or stings is an insect over here, because it can carry jungle diseases. You don't want to be afflicted with this,
No, I don't. Thank you.
Is there anything in this jungle that doesn't carry diseases or doesn't want to kill you?
Yeah, the grass.
Ah,
And there's not much grass around here, hey? Only in the grasslands.
nice to know. How are you, friend?
Oh no! Oh, thank you so much. Please, help me. I'm covered in this icky honey.
Are you
Me
helping him
neither.
out of this bond, or am I doing it, Vago?
Please go ahead.
Okay, Dustin is gonna try to untie the gentleman or lady. I'm not quite sure, and help them sort of like off this post they're tied to.
Okay, so looking over the individual, you notice that he is a 5 foot tall male human, thin as a rail. He has a bowl haircut, sandy brown hair, and it looks like he's got brown matching eyes. His features are gaunt, as if he hasn't eaten for quite some time, and he's currently covered in pink bee stings and honey. He's clearly looking at him. You can clearly see bags under his eyes from a lack of sleep. He's tied to a post, and tied around his hands where the rope is, you can see a small backpack which is tied onto the knotted over his hands as well. Oh, I do say, please help me. Oh, I've been so unfortunate, I tell you. Oh, this jungle, anyone would swear it's quite dangerous, wouldn't you say? Oh dear, I do say.
Who left you here to die?
Oh, it is such a tragic story. Oh, if only I could tell it sitting down, clean of this honey, but I shall regale you of my tale. Goblins, I tell you, goblins, they did this. Little goblins in masks. All I wanted was a sip of water. And then our guide, he just ran away. Again. Oh, I cannot believe it. This is like the second time it's happened to me. Oh dear, why, God, why did I come over here? Oh, please. Oh, Erathis, please send me a sign.
Who is the rifles?
And he stops and he blinks and he looks at you. He's like, you do not know the goddess of civilization, inventions, and law?
No.
Erathis is worshipped throughout Baldur's Gate. Oh, where are you from, blue person?
You don't know what I am, and you. Oh.
Well,
I'm.
pointy ears and blue, half tiefling elf.
Tiefling. Have you seen a tiefling? She
elf?
points at Horace. Do I look like that? No.
You are traveling with the devil. No,
Don't be mean
Erathis,
to
please
him.
take me, please.
He's very nice.
You kinda look like a tiefling. Nah. Sorry. do I believe him, DM? Something that everything that he said.
Roll an insight check.
Not really good. 12.
Okay. From what he says, it does sound like he's speaking some truth. You know, he sounds like a city boy. You'd know that there are gods of civilization and law, so it could be. You've got no reason to doubt what he says at this point in time.
All right.
Goblins are capable of this kind of cruelty, Azaka?
Yeah. The Batari in Chult, they are very hostile. If you come into their camp, you have not heard of the Batari goblins. If there is someone that comes into the camp and they are alone, the goblins keep their camp tied onto a string and they catapult it with the victim inside. And the camp will fly for 3 or 4 miles in the air. And when it lands, splat, ice. It is quite messy. But then the goblins come and they finish you off, and a home cooked meal is no problem. Yeah, the goblins, they wear like little grass thingies, loincloths, and they wear their masks because, they build themselves. The Batari wear like totems. It is interesting, the Batari. Vicious little fuckers.
And here I thought it was only the Castrelians who were able of cruelty. Well, very well then.
So, shall we let this one go? I fear that he might die in the jungle without any water or any guides. Just look at him.
But he called Varus a devil. Whatever a devil is. He's not a devil.
I am feeling quite hungry. We could keep him and cook him for dinner.
Don't encourage him.
Oh, I do say, they certainly didn't teach this at the temple. Cannibalism, I say. Oh, maybe you could just leave me here. I'll let the bees get me.
Maybe you come with us and you learn that Mr. Tiefling is not a devil. And you learn manners.
I shall pray to Erathis and see.
No praying. Only I.
It's the first time I see you angry, Yelena. It's an interesting experience.
He calling my friend the devil.
Look at him, he has the devil in him. He's red.
Maybe we turn you red and then we call you devil.
Don't, you wouldn't dare.
I'm
already pink.
No, that's close enough already.
Are you sure? He isn't turning a bit red to you?
Maybe just a little. Maybe you've got something.
Well, Lunan, what do you say? What should we do?
I think we should help this man, and hopefully he will rectify his strange worldviews a little when he sees that we are helpful.
Oh, do bless you, good elf. Yeah, it is right. It is right. You are doing the right thing. Yes.
Dusted Cole, after hearing Lunan says this, is going to take a techie root and basically stuff it into the man's mouth just to make him shut up. Eat this. It will counter any poison in your system. just walk away from him. Just the blabbermouthing is just.
Maybe we should tie him up.
I'll do you.
That might be a bit too extreme.
I will do you. I will do you one better.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if 30. No, it doesn't let me. Fuck. I cast sleep in this one.
You're gonna cast sleep on him.
Yeah, it doesn't let me for some reason.
Was he human?
Yeah, he's a human.
He is a human, yes.
Nice.
What is that, 86 or something? 68?
I wish 5d8.
I think, yeah.
5? Yeah.
5d8, yeah? And that is hit points.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
Oh, such a...
I assume he's a filthy commoner. Like me.
As you cast the spell, you do notice that he does appear to have taken some damage. and he succumbs to the sleep very quickly.
I mean, this will be better for him and for us.
Oh, you are a godsend,
So,
I say.
who wants to carry him?
I don't mind carrying him as long as he's quiet.
I will start untying him
Okay.
and
Careful
Clean-
not to drop him. I think they wake up after.
Oh, he is untied.
I do?
I did that.
Oh, you've untied him already. So
I untied him to begin with, yeah. So he was just standing on the ground.
all right. In that case, I will start to clean him a little bit.
Oh.
I don't want any more insect attention upon us.
Okay. How long does sleep last for?
I think it's a 1 minute spell.
No, no, please tell me no. Correct, it's 1 minute. Fuck.
Oh,
So for 1 minute, you revel in the blessed silence and celebrate the quiet around you. As you manage to clean a little bit of the honey off him, what are you using to clean it? And don't say
That's a
your sword.
That's a good question. I have a set of. I mean, I assume we as adventurers have our means of keeping ourselves clean. I'm going to use whatever that is.
Did you buy soap? You were back at the.
Dusted coal could clean him with his tongue.
Don't you dare.
I mean, he's covered in honey.
Uh-huh.
You are not talking me into this. You're welcome to roll a persuasion roll to see if you can.
I mean, honey-dipped commoner.
If only we could have had that training.
I suggest we should have the devil licking on him while he's waking up.
No, nobody's licking anyone. All right, let's leave it at that.
why would you want to lick him? Look at him. Ugh.
He is scrawny and pale. You can see his ribs sticking out.
Oh, even worse.
Just
I will
spray
pull
with
out.
some bug spray and
I will pull out 2 rations, and I start cleaning it. Even if I have a set of common clothes, if it has to come to that, I will use them.
Okay.
I mean, the man is naked, and he's 5 foot, right?
Yeah, he's only 5 foot tall.
I could use Ray of Frost on him to clean him.
Ouch.
How?
Oh, just the burns.
You know what?
Imagine that, just the frostbites. Ah!
Is there any source of water around?
You're all carrying 2 skins of water.
Yep.
Not drinking water.
Ah.
They are drinking water, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, you
Just any source of water.
No, not around where you are.
Okay.
It's okay. I will use my water. That doesn't matter.
Alright, so you use your 2 full skins to manage to get the honey off. Cleaning. I assume under the loincloth you leave the honey there, not wanting to go into any of his private parts.
Oh no, I go entirely. I'm not taking risk. Vargo doesn't care. Neither do I.
Alright, so you start cleaning him, and while you're, I'd say, a quarter of the way through, you can slowly see him starting to rouse from the slumber. He rolls over and he's like, no, shoo fly. Slowly waking
he's already starting.
This is man never shut up.
If I notice him started to wake up, I just gently, I suppose, slap him in the face slowly. Hey.
Oh, I do say, I guess it wasn't a dream. Oh, I'm still in the jungle. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh,
You can keep talking about. Don't talk. Here, and I give him the. I don't know. a cloth or something. Help me clean the honey off. You are attracting the animals, the insects.
Thank you, good sir. Thank you. Has anyone seen my backpack?
No.
You have it on yourself, didn't he?
It was tied to his hands on the post. So, Dusted, what did you do with it?
I didn't do anything. I just untied him, so it's there with the rope. He hasn't taken the rope or anything. He's just untied him.
Okay.
Are you stealing the man already?
So he pats around and he feels his backpack and he opens it up, and inside he tips it upside down, and you can see all the contents fall out of his backpack. It's basically a priest's garb, so a robe that falls out. A mace falls out as well. Oh, thank God. Oh, I do say at least they left me my mace. Yes. You hear a small tinkle as a very empty coin purse lands on the ground. Sandals, a holy symbol fall down, and then a book, quite a thick book that's slightly bent in certain places, thump, lands on the ground. And he looks around at all of you as he tries not to break eye contact and slowly bends down to pick up the book.
What is the name of the book? If
Roll a
I'm
perception
able to
check
read it?
for me. Can you read common?
Yes.
I mean,
that would be interesting.
Hopefully.
Roll a perception check for me, please.
Perception.
oh, I just read that. That's the
Oh,
one.
yes.
Amazing.
I think I
Okay.
saw it.
Well, that's a natural 20. Yeah, sure, Lunan. Just show off.
Alright, so you notice that the book is very well maintained, but at the same time it's old. It has been used a lot. You can see on the spine of the book, the binding and everything is slightly frayed. You can see that the corners of some of the pages even have got little like folds, pig ears, where somebody has marked certain important sections. And as he's doing so, you can actually see the title of the book itself. Jungle monsters and how to recognize them. And as you're watching him, you notice with one finger you can see he's looking through the index and is mouthing humanoid. Ah! And as he's looking at you with one eye and in the book with another eye, and he flips up to the page and he starts paging through and he points at Dusted. Tabaxi! Meow, meow, meow. Meow, meow, meow.
What
What did he say about your mother?
He looks over at you. Oh, I do say. Clearly you don't speak Tabaxi, do you? I was introducing myself and saying, it is a hot day, isn't it?
Was it necessary to drop all your belongings on the ground?
Quickest way to find them, I say. Bends over, puts the book down and bends over, grabs the rope. Well, at least I know you're not monsters now. Puts his arms through the rope and puts on
You're
his
a
robe.
priest.
Bastard mothers just wait till nightfall. And then he looks to Azaka. It's like, there is a dwarven village at the coast where we're traveling, right? And then he leans over to our newly gathered friend for this little adventure here, and then back at Ahsoka.
Yes. There are dwarven villages everywhere. Do you mean goblin?
Not necessarily.
Oh,
I was just hoping that we could set him off somewhere where the fire fist can find him.
no, I was thinking we can drop him off at the goblin village. This white boy. Look at him.
I like this idea. It's a very good idea.
She's whispering to
Maybe-
you, by the way.
Yeah, Dusted definitely. that's one of the things he can't do morally. But he's like, he just takes a deep breath, just like, no, we'll put him somewhere where they can find him,
And
then
go on.
and then hopefully we can get the fiery fist off our backs a little more. I don't know if they will be grateful for having him back, but at least maybe. And just eyes him up and down for a moment. It's like, nah, maybe not.
He finishes. He doesn't hear anything that you're saying. He finishes getting dressed and he puts his sandals on and dusts himself off and I do say right. And he turns around and faces all of you. He's short for a human, short and skinny, and he. So, I guess thanks is in order. My name is Pontificus Electra. Yes. All my friends call me Ponti.
That is a name.
Yes.
Don't question it.
I am from Baldur's Gate, as you can tell. Came straight from the temple. Yes. And I would appreciate it if you would help me get to Fort Belluarian, where I'm supposed to report for duty.
What kind of duty?
Oh God, they don't even know he's here.
You are.
Well, it is a frightful tale, I say. And he slowly walks towards you all, so you're all listening to him. It must have been about 4 weeks ago that we set off. The Cardinal did tell me that I needed to go to the jungle to Fort Belluarian and find some gusto, yes. So he threw me in with the lot, the contingent of the Flaming Fist, and I was supposed to serve in the army over here in Fort Belluarian until I found it. I always thought Gusto was a chef, but apparently not. Unfortunately, our expedition was caught in a storm off the coast of Chult. The ship was blown off course, and I'm afraid to say many of my companions drowned, along with the horses, and most of our goods were lost at sea. Eventually, the storm died, and we managed to dock in Port Castigliere. Run down epitome of a place, I tell you. Scoundrels and sailors. Well, if you've been there, my dear, then you'd know what I mean, drunk.
But you're a guest. Be good guest.
Yes, but I don't do so well in the company of ruffians, and pirates, and drunkards.
I'm sure they're fine.
Yes, it's not like being back in the city in Baldur's Gate, They wouldn't stand for this in court, I tell you. But after a couple of days, we hired a guide, and we were due to go to the fort, and got waylaid by terrible beasts. Creatures, according to the book, Gorillons, yes. 4-armed gorillas. I tell you, undead. One of them came right at me, decimated the commander of the battalion in front of me, and then my guide left, ran into the jungle.
What was the name of your guide?
Oh, Henrik. Nasty little fellow, yes. If I think about it. Henrik, yes. Short little halfling. I thought he was dodgy, but he said that he knew the jungle like the back of his hand. But then I looked at it and I thought, your hands are quite small. How could you know such a vast place in such a small hand? But,
Oh, we have a literarian here.
Who this Henrik is Azaka?
There are rumors, he doesn't come to put Nyan Zaru. There was once a Henrik who was there, but I fear he led his party into a raptor nest, took all the goods and ran away. If this is the same one, I am not surprised. He led these people into the Giralons and waited for their bodies to be eaten and take all their goods. Please, Mr. Ponti. What else? Oh, well, so he fled into the jungle, yes, and I do say I fearfully ran after him. And we were running south, and all of a sudden, we ran into a goblin camp. And these Batari goblins caught me, covered me in honey, and claimed that I came to steal their water. But it's not true. I saw them talking with Henrik. They shook hands, and then they left. They dragged me here, and that was 3 days ago. I've eaten nothing since, and I just want to get home. Or find my gusto with Commander Porter and finish my tour of duty, but mostly I just want to get home, back to my city. Oh, dear. Yes.
Do you know how to use your weapon?
What kind of a question is that?
Do you know how to use it?
Does a bee sting after honey? Of course.
Well, you were not smacking the bees, so I assumed that you didn't.
My hands were tied, good lady. My hands were tied to a post, and I was covered in honey.
Just untie your hands. It's
Right.
always easy.
Right, the man is not an escape artist, that much for sure. But
Well,
I mean,
hopefully he's better with the mace than untying ropes.
Yelena, correct me if I'm wrong, but we did hear some noise coming out of the waterfall the night we slept by the cave, correct?
Yes, I did hear a noise, but well, I'm not sure what they were. They were quite big. I think they were.
well, then it's definitely not this man.
No,
No, I mean
Did you
not
see
the
the
man,
creature?
but the goblins maybe.
I don't think they were small. They were quite big.
All right.
Ponti, could you show us in your book image of those creatures?
Yes, of course. Which creatures are you considering? Which ones?
The ones that attacked you.
Yes, bear with me while I find the page.
Yelena,
See.
could we check if it could have been those that were around?
I can try, but I never saw them properly. I did not go out to the waterfall just in case they saw me. But maybe.
Ponti, would you be able to point us in the direction of this camp? Oh, that's not a goblin. Oh wow.
Oh, that almost looks. Oh dear.
Oh,
Yeah, that doesn't look alive much.
No, that could be what was behind the waterfall.
And
Does it say anything about how big these things are? Because I mean, they were big things moving through the waterfall. Is this even remotely close?
So he opens the book so you can have a look, and yes, these are large creatures. They are 4-armed gorilla zombies. They've got thick, furry hides in places. Bones extruding, claws extruding. They look like they are 10 feet tall, 10 feet big.
Are all these zombified creatures here due to the plague as well, or is this just a Cholt specialty?
Oh yeah. I say these things are nasty. If you see one of these, it is best that you either run or you hide somewhere. They are quite quick. They move fast, and they with 4 arms, I tell you, they can tear you apart very quickly.
Do these look? Does the picture look kind of similar to whatever silhouette Yelena saw? Or?
No.
No, too different.
Way too different. The silhouette, really what Yelena saw was a shadow from the moon splaying across the water, about human-sized, but definitely undead.
Okay.
This is a large monstrosity, so this creature is easily 10 foot, much bigger than that.
Definitely not. Thank God.
Does your book say anything about weaknesses? Or how to fight them if we would end up fighting them?
So, it does give a little bit of information. As all undead creatures, they are immune to poison. Unfortunately, it says these things are capable of seeing in the dark. They climb at the same rate that they run. So, and they are aggressive and quick on the ground.
So we should hide if we see them.
For what you
Weaknesses,
have.
anything that can down an undead creature, they are susceptible to. So, holy water, turn undead, radiant damage.
For what you have told us, Ponti, it seems pretty clear that this guide just betrayed you and your party. Um,
Oh yes, it
could
sounds
you
that way.
would you be able to point us in the direction of this goblin encampment?
He looks at you. Good sir, I would not be tied to a post if I knew my way in the jungle. This is my first foray into anything with so much foliage. I remember once, however, I was wearing a robe which had flowers on it. It felt like I was in the jungle. Yeah, quite a funny story. The Duke did not enjoy it. But it was nothing like this, I swear.
Sure, all right. Please, that's it. That's it.
Oh,
Not an escape artist and no sense of direction either.
oh, does anybody require any healing of any sort?
I think you probably need more healing than us.
Funny enough, I was about to ask you the same. Correct. Yeah.
And he sits down on the ground as he pulls out his holy symbol and he starts to cast Cure Light Wounds on himself. And his hands take up this like small yellow glow as you can see the wounds slowly knitting together.
Huh.
What? He got stung quite a lot, didn't he?
Yeah, he got stung a fair bit, yes.
Is it possible to check and see if maybe he's caught something through those stings? Like a disease or something?
Yeah, I guess you could. You could try roll a medicine check.
Yeah, I'll give it a whirl. Maybe.
Dustin, you forgot to change your hit point to maximum because you had a long rest, didn't you?
Yeah.
You're not 100% sure. If your educated guess would be that he's not wearing insect repellent, and if he got stung, he's most likely contracted the disease, but he seems to be quite fine.
Not gonna take any chances, and she's gonna use 5 points of her lay on hands to, I think it's cure a disease.
Yes, correct.
I at least tried to cure him from his poison with the root, so curing disease might cover both bases.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, she's just gonna touch a finger
Okay.
to his shoulder and do that.
Okay. And visibly you almost see like the tension in his shoulders slowly start to relax, and he looks up at you and he seems to take you in actually for the first time, past the color of your skin. He looks at you. Oh, I do say you're gifted.
What it is, yes. I have God. My God.
Oh, my my lady! And he grabs your hand and he gets on
Oh,
one
no.
knee and he holds
no.
your hand to his forehead.
No, no.
Oh my god! Here,
Aye.
take this, and I give him a ration. At least while you're eating, you're not saying stupid things. Come on,
And
let's
as
move.
he's about to say something quite deep and meaningful, rations get shoved in his face, and he's like, "Oh, yes, I do say I am quite famished, thank you." Oh, and he looks over at Yelena again as he's like trying to eat slowly, but you know he's not eaten for days, so he's just shoveling rations in his mouth. And the smile, the crumbs are like falling out the sides of his smile as he's trying to eat and be quite courteous to you at the same time.
She sends Fargo a thankful look and then moves over to stand by the devil.
Oh,
Just finish your rations, pack up the things that you threw on the ground, and let's get a move on.
oh, yes,
And
yes.
and put on those clothes.
He's already dressed and he's got everything on.
Put some more.
Yeah, he's
Like he's just been doing all this conversation. He's just done just in loincloth. Of course, he took the robe on.
all right.
Trying to be courteous naked with food in his mouth.
Dear God.
So, he finishes eating, and you can just see Azaka with her hands in her head and tapping her foot, and she's like, "Ew, I tell you, next thing we know, we are going to be picking up all of the strays in the jungle. Are we ready to go?"
Yes.
Yes, please.
All right. You gather your stuff. You get everything together. Your newfound rescuee Ponti joins the party at the back as you set out into the jungle. You hear the small sounds of flip-flop as his sandals flap against the bottoms of his feet, combined with the crunching of dry rations.
Are you trying to make it as annoying as possible?
No, he would never.
The afternoon heat begins to beat down on you, and your progress slows a little as Azaka sticks to the shaded parts of the jungle. She hands out great big melons, white and green striped fruits whose insides are pink and juicy and about the size of a football. As you walk, you crack them open, drain the juices and eat the fleshy fruit inside, and feeling more refreshed, you continue onwards through the dense jungle. About an hour later, Azaka stops up short again. Without a word, she calls a halt and signals you to listen and gather together as a group. Can you all please roll perception checks for me?
Ponti, stop distracting us, please.
Very similar roles today.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Dusted Coal has got a good roll there. Alright, let's go for... Did that come through? Right, so Ponti manages to get a good one. Okay. As you all strain to hear, only one of you notices Azaka disappearing off into the foliage without a sound. Everyone else who got below 10 takes a little while before they hear the sound. But eventually, it travels to your ears. You can hear it clearly now. A slow moaning coming from up ahead. As you look around at all of you, you notice Ponti almost shaking. You can see the knees shaking and the ration sort of dribbling out of his mouth. And a minute later, Azaka is all of a sudden amongst all of you, and she's joined the group. Aish, I tell you, the outpost, it is up ahead. But there are visitors. A welcoming party of undead is in the way.
Many of them?
No, not as many as a terrafolk, but there are enough, I think.
So, what's the plan? Should we try to sneak past them, or should we try to avoid this area altogether? Or
I mean, was there something in the outpost that we needed? Was there you on some map over it? What does it entail?
Shinies. Let me.
You had me at Chinese.
Shinies.
there is some sort of repository at this outpost. What it contains, we don't know exactly. But we do know how to open it and find it.
Yep.
Yeah, so remember you found a note to Yorith from Alexia, which you've connected with the two elves on the top and the bottom of the Firefinger. And the note said, the repository at Ruuku Outpost is hidden and protected by a powerful trap. To bypass the trap and find the repository, you'll need to follow these steps. And then it says, locate the portrait in the keep. The first half of the code phrase is hidden in the painting. Next, enter the tower and find a book by artist Simba called A Tale of Two Dragons. There is the other part of the code phrase is in the book, written opposite on the first page. Finally, you then need to drop 150 feet of rope from the top of the keep down through the stairwell, and as you slide down the rope, you need to utter the code phrase. If you don't follow this sequence, there's a good chance the magical trap will kill you.
So, what is the plan? Do we try to make a distraction? I can probably outrun some undead.
I think that is too risky.
I think that with Lunan on our team, and quite frankly, Ponti, you're a cleric as well, correct?
Oh, yes, well, I do say I know a little bit of the healing art, so...
Alright, shut up. Now, with two clerics in the party, I will say that we might have a chance against some undead if we took them by surprise.
I have a slight feeling that whenever Buster just suggests touching the undead altogether, the mace sort of like, or his warhammer sort of protests. Not vocally, but just drags him in another direction. So
I didn't think of that. That's a good idea. I'll make that magic item next.
I mean, it's not sentient, I guess, but I just have a feeling that's what would happen.
Are we far enough to cast without being hurt by the zombies?
At the moment, I would definitely say so. Yeah, Azaka has obviously just come back from scouting out the area.
Yeah. I'd just like to cast Mage Armor then.
Okay. How long does Mage Armor last for?
8 hours.
8 hours.
Okay, no problem.
Azaka, you have seen them. Do you think they are a manageable amount for us?
Yes. This is a definite yes. I think you can manage them on your own, eh?
Well, there was about as many as the Terra folk, so... And they can't knock us off a giant tower.
And if we decide to attack, I can help one of you to make it harder for the creatures to hit you. Before
you might want to do that on Yelena or Dusted.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Just beware. Oh wait, never mind.
And when we finally decide to attack, I could potentially scare away some of them.
All right. I also have a new trick I would like to try. I suggest that we get ourselves ready and just charge to them.
So we have decided to attack.
Is everyone okay with this?
Yes.
In that case, I think I will. For some reason, people seem to like hitting you, Dusted, so I will cast Protection against good and evil, or evil and good on you.
How long does that last for?
It's a 10-minute spell and
Okay.
concentration.
So
I'm gonna-
100 turns or until you cast another concentration spell.
Or until you get hit and fail your con save.
Yeah.
And
I will
Eh,
see. How do I?
Before we enter combat, Barco will cast Mirror Image on himself.
Okay. Well, you
But
haven't even got
ju-
there yet, so I'll remember that.
Yeah, but just the moment before.
Okay.
For Yelena, just before they do it as well, she's gonna put Bless on her Dusted Coal and...
but isn't that only a minute? So maybe wait till we actually get in there.
Yeah, it's like literally just, I think, like, when they're like 60 foot away, unless we attract their attention before that, I guess. But I'll aim for 60 foot.
Dusted is jumping a little bit in the spot, really wanting to go.
By the way, Yelena, just asking you, I find it pretty difficult to believe that you only have 33 hit points.
I think I do only have 33.
Yeah. I have
There's
hard
two
to
sorcerer
believe.
levels, right? Oh, how many sorcerer levels are there? 2?
1 sorcerer level and 3 paladin levels.
That sounds low, unless you rolled.
I didn't.
So that would be.
I think I did
What's your
paladin
con? What's your con bonus?
Yeah,
Plus
of
1.
course. Yeah,
Okay,
that makes
so that makes sense
actually.
then. But
All
that
right,
would
all
still
right.
be a paladin is 1d10, right?
Yes.
So that will be 6 plus 1 to 7. So that's 21, and then she would have gotten. I don't know
Paladin was
when
my
you started.
first.
Oh, paladin was the first. Okay, so that would have been 11 plus 7 plus 7. That's sorry, that's 24, and then plus the sorcerer. Yeah, that's easy with 33. That's possible. It's not great,
Alright.
but it's possible.
Yeah.
All right.
I need to get
Alright.
something to increase my con.
No,
That's
it's
the level.
okay. It's because last game we played a little bit with 8 and we also level up. I just considered it a possibility.
Oh yeah, no, that's all right. Yeah, it is pretty low.
It's all right. So, how are we doing this?
We could try.
Dusted is charging forward.
Oh, does
Okay.
Oh, okay. I will follow.
I will follow Leroy Jenkins. Yeah.
Yep.
swinging his warhammer because that one is getting impatient.
We could also shoot at them at a distance and wait until probably hit them 4 or 5 times before they reach us.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my crossbow to begin with.
Feel free to do that.
Famous last words.
Oh yes.
There's a reason why I protected you and not Yelena.
Yeah, obviously. But I actually think that was the description of the hammer as well, that it was used to fight undead. So here we go.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're correct. Stefan, you there?
He took a break.
I'm here. Sorry, I flicked it onto mute accidentally. I've been asking you for 5 minutes. Are you ready?
Yeah, but I'm charging in, so yeah, definitely.
Do you know which way to go?
He runs about 10
1d4
feet. and then he realizes he doesn't know where to go, and then turns around to Ahsoka, like, Azaka, just like, which way is it?
Hey,
I mean,
I thought so. It is this way, eh? Let's go, let's go! And she leads the way. Anyone else?
Dustin,
running after.
We're all following.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you make your way through the jungle, crashing through the foliage, running and charging, the foliage breaks apart, and all of a sudden you see a clearing. Standing tall amongst the trees is a ruined keep, standing next to a crumbling tower. The keep itself is roughly 50 by 50 feet at its base, and it rises 6 stories above the ground. It's mostly made of stone and must have been an impressive building before it fell into ruin. From where you are standing, you can see that the top 2 floors are covered with soot, possibly from a fire-breathing beast or dragon, or a series of fireballs. Either way, it appears to have been destroyed in some sort of an explosion. A large pile of stones and rubble cascades down the northeast corner of the keep, from the 4th floor to ground level. A great set of doors once stood at the entrance to the keep, missing, and the doorway itself leads into the dark beyond. The tower, in contrast, remains unscathed. It's roughly 60 foot in diameter and rises 4 floors upwards and appears wholly intact. Even the great door at the base of the tower is closed and unscathed. Milling about the area are several humanoid shapes, groaning and moaning in unison as they slowly move around. From their jerky movements, the rotted flesh falling from their bodies, and the greyed out vacant eyes, you instantly suspect that these are zombies. Oh, P.U., I do say! That's frightful stinky, wouldn't you? Azaka turns him and clips him over the back of the head. Tss! Hush, you imbecile! They will hear us! And she moves behind him to put a hand over his mouth.
I wanted to be the first one to do that. I'll just write that in Book of Grudges right now.
Okay. This is the scene that you are greeted with. And I've placed everyone at the bottom of the map as well. Perfect. And I think we shall take our break there. What you all say?
Yep.
Sounds good.
Oh, I was ready for this, but good. Yeah.
Alright, so let's call it at 21:15. So
Deal.
14 minutes. We'll see you back soon. Alright.
Sounds good.
Alright. Welcome back, everybody. So, just before the break, we made our way through the jungle, met with Ponti, the priest, after leaving Firefinger, and finally you've come across the Ruuku Outpost and Repository to find it's been overrun with a zombie horde. The party went charging through the underbrush as they reached the edge of the jungle and it opened into a clearing. You can see the zombies slowly milling around, brain-hungry zombies, waiting. They haven't noticed you, so everyone, if you would like to roll initiative, and you'll get a free round of action.
Do you need to clear it before we roll the combat sheet?
I do, don't I?
Does he?
I don't know, that's why I'm asking, because I don't know the system.
Done. Combat sheet cleared. Oh, everyone's rolls are coming in. Hotcakes!
No, I don't get the first turn.
Oh, Azaka seems to be rolling well. Okay. So,
I gave it my all. I don't even get to go first, even though I rolled a natural 20.
holy cow. Can you believe it?
Same here.
We're wasting them.
Also, it
Vargo's
does
the man.
always feel bad to roll nat 20 on initiative.
+6, man.
Crazy. Right then. It appears that Fargo is up first.
Alright. Questions. Yeah. No, fuck. I will just firebolt the closest one.
Okay. The one. I'd probably say the one by the keep over here is the closest.
It is. It's 45 feet instead of 55.
Yeah.
I will move. I will move to there. Do I get advantage or just a straight roll?
Just a straight roll.
Then I fail for the 4th time tonight.
Okay. Are you going to move any closer?
No.
Wait, a 9 doesn't hit?
On a zombie?
I don't know.
Hold on.
I will be surprised, honestly.
It's a good question. In fact,
I mean,
a 9 actually does hit.
oh god.
I don't believe you. Nice. Alright.
Yeah.
Then it doesn't matter because I only deal 1 point of damage.
Okay. That's not a problem. He has taken 1 point, and the firebolt flies through and manages to hit him. Kapow! He doesn't really notice. Anything else?
Nope.
Alright then. Next up is Velrus, followed by Lunan on 22.
Yep, I'm going to be original, unlike Vargo, and cast Firebolt.
This music is always so loud. Okay.
Against the same target.
Against the same target.
Yeah,
Alright then.
23. Hopefully hit.
23 definitely hits.
Ooh.
8 damage. Whoa.
I get it, Valrys. Your fire is bigger than mine.
Alright. The zombie has definitely taken damage, but it is nowhere near bloodied. It looks like as the firebolt hits, one of the arms seems to come looser, but it still carries on groaning and moving. Lunan. Oh, sorry, Valrus, is that your turn?
My turn is... Yeah,
Okay.
I end my turn.
Then it's Lunan up next.
I have quite a few things I plan to do.
Okay.
I need to remove the ruler, so I will move up 1, 2, 3 squares, and I will cast spiritual weapon here
Oh, okay.
as a bonus action.
Okay.
And then with it, I at the same time as a bonus, I get to do an attack roll. And if I hit, it's 1d8 damage plus spell casting modifier.
Mm-hmm. That's for your bonus action, is that right?
That's my bonus.
Mm-hmm.
So I will start with rolling that. So here's the d20, and it should be plus. It should be plus 6 or 7.
So that definitely hits.
And then it is a d8 plus 5. So that's 12 damage.
Okay. So, what does your spiritual weapon look like?
Ooh. Oh, that's a really good question. I never thought of that. This time around, it's a machete.
Okay, so thankfully that's one of the only weapon pictures that I've got on hand so easily. So, you cast your spiritual weapon, and it slams in and hits the zombie, lopping off one of its arms. It's still standing, but it looks like it's about to fall over. It's on its last legs.
Okay. I will, as my action then, see if I can toll it over. I will have the bells ring for him.
Alright, so you cast Toll of the Dead, and the zombie rolls an 18.
Okay, so he managed.
That was, yeah, he managed. Gets an 18. Unfortunately, still standing. Anything else?
Boop. A step back. And I'm done.
Okay. Next up then is Azaka, followed by Dusted Colt, and she's going to stay where she is and use her longbow. Let's just make sure 45 feet away. Oh yeah, longbow's 150, so she doesn't have to worry about that. Okay. So she needs to roll a d20. Hold on. Why is that not rolled? You guys didn't see a roll come up, did you?
No.
No.
Okay, well she's going to attack the one standing over there with the longbow that's taken damage where the spiritual weapon is. And she manages to hit it with an arrow which downs it. Dusted Coal, you are up next.
I'm going to use feline agility to neatly step over to the one, the yellow one of the zombies, the one with the yellow ring.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 45 movement.
Excellent.
And then I'm going to try and smack it over the head with the warhammer.
Alright.
That would be a 16.
Mm-hmm.
And damage is 2 plus 1. Why is it not attuned to me all of a sudden? It is attuned. Just a second.
In your inventory, if you go to attunement...
Yeah, I did it, but it's because I'm unequipping and equipping the weapons that I have ready when I'm walking around. So even though I have them on my person, and that's why I removed it. So 3 damage with that, plus a d8 radiant.
3 damage.
Provided that the
Mm-hmm.
provided this is an undead.
It is an undead, yes.
Oh, that's rubbish. That's 5 damage total.
Okay. That is a bit rubbish, but no problem. 5 damage. And as the hammer hits the undead, this blinding flash of radiant energy blasts out. And you can see the flesh starts to scorch where it touches the rotted flesh of animated corpse, doing additional damage. Not a lot, but at least you managed to hit him. Good job.
Yeah, I'm gonna action search to hit him again. And at this point, Dustin is not quite sure if he's testing the weapon on the zombie or if the weapon is testing him on the zombie.
Oh. Okay.
So that's a 10.
Excellent. That hits.
That's a little bit better. 5 plus the 7.
7 points, okay. So that
And
would be
yeah.
12
And I'm
altogether.
marking it because I hit it. So if it attacks anyone else than me, it gets disadvantage.
Okay, so let me make a marker on it as well then.
And it has disadvantage on attacking you.
Yeah, so it's disadvantage either way.
Alright. Is that your action?
That's all my action and bonus actions, I think.
Alright.
I have, yeah.
Next up then is Yelena and Ponti.
Oh man, she got the same as him. Damn.
Yeah, that hurts.
I'm the
Um, she's gonna cast Divine Favor as a bonus action. Post the thingy. Oh, it didn't post. It just means I can roll a d4 when I hit to do radiant damage.
Oh,
on a
nice.
thingy. And then she's gonna move. There. And shoot the one that Dusty Cold is fighting with her crossbow.
Oh, okay. And that's going to be the crossbow damage and the radiant.
Yeah, if she hits. Where's the thing? There it is. Ha! Never mind. I can't roll today.
Oh no, Yelena. A natural one.
Yeah,
Alright.
that is it.
And the crossbow bolt glances off into the ground and buries itself maybe 10 feet in front of you. Anything else?
No, that's everything.
Alright. In which case then after you is Ponti. And standing at the back, Ponti looks up, pulls his mace out, holds it up for Erathis! And he runs in, charging down. Where is the map? I need to find out how far he is away. Ooh, okay. So 10, 20. Right, he runs into there, and he is going to cast Bless on Yelena. What's the range of Bless? Can he get dusted?
30 feet.
He can get dusted, thankfully. So, on Dusted, Yelena, and Vargo. And that is going to be his turn. Okay.
Alright.
That is everybody, isn't it?
Zombies are awake now?
Zombies are, so I'm going to add 1, oh god, to the combat tracker. They get a 2. Okay, so the zombies will be going last again, but all of them will be going last at the same time.
Oh, it's a Thriller movie, like Thriller, the music video. Yeah, definitely. All moving at the same time.
Exactly. You get it, you see.
What is a thriller? We are in a fantasy universe.
We are in a fantasy universe. Funny that.
I'm still gonna put on that in the background, I think.
Alright, so Fargo is at the top of the tree. Now we are actually in combat. So,
Fargo will maneuver over there and firebolt the one that it's fighting currently.
okay.
That hits and
Yeah, 20 hits. 4 points of damage.
4 damage.
Excellent.
And
Alright.
that's it.
Okay. It is definitely bloodied and wounded. Next up is Valrus, followed by Lunan.
Tempted to follow Vargo again, but I'll switch things up and go over there and firebolt instead.
The same one?
Yep,
Okay. Roll your to hit, sir.
that also hit.
17 is a hit, that's for sure, yeah.
2 damage.
Ooh. As the firebolt hits and the flames seem to ignite on his clothing, he takes 2 points of damage. Anything else in your round?
No.
Alright. Then it is Lunan.
I will, as a bonus action, move the weapon here and attack.
Okay. Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Wow, okay, that definitely hits. Roll your damage, good sir.
And does your normal critical
You
hit
you
work?
double the dice.
Yeah, we'll just...
Yeah.
We'll roll your damage and we add the maximum of
8.
the base damage.
Oh yeah, correct. Correct.
So what you rolled plus 22, basically.
Plus 30. Oh, seriously.
Wow, so
That's 21 damage.
21 damage.
Damn.
No, because you have plus 7. No, plus 5. Yeah, sorry. Never mind. Yeah.
Alright, well, I'll give it to you. You managed to smack the zombie completely. The spiritual weapon kills it outright.
Damn.
Damn, what else?
Yeah. I think Lunan just stands there shocked of the efficiency of that weapon and don't do anything more. Take a step forward to see better.
Okay, excellent. Then next up is Azaka, and she is going to use her... She's going to move to about here and use her longbow to go for the... She's going to start picking off some of the ones at the back. Alright, so she gets a 15 and a 17. So that is 2 hits. Whoops. And she gets 5 and 3, and she gets plus 2 to each, so 9, 13. So she is going to be 13 points to that one there. Whoops. Alright, next up is Dusted Coal, closely followed by Yelena and Ponti.
Well, we're going to try to batter this one that I'm standing in front of. And that's a 17.
Oh, swinging your Radiant Hammer. You swipe right into the zombie in front of you, and the radiant damage as it connects with the undead seems to spark and spit as you do. How much damage?
Uh, 10 damage. 6 of them radiant and 4 of them bludgeoning.
Oh, right. After 10 damage, yep. The zombie falls to a heap in a sizzling pile of flesh.
And Dusted being Dusted is going to move straight toward the nearest one, which is 30 feet to get to here. And then stop there.
Alright. Yelena, it is your turn.
Oh boy, that's so far away.
Move a little closer.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Mm.
She's gonna run up there
Mm-hmm.
and she'll actually try and shoot this one. instead.
Which one?
Oh, sorry, I forget that you can't see the ruler on this.
The one directly north of you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that one. Cool. Alright.
Maybe she'll hit this time.
Don't forget you're blessed. Oh,
That
that hits.
Oh, that hits anyway. Oh, that's
Yep.
fine. Oh, and a D4 of radiant.
Okay.
7 total with 1 point radiant.
7 points as the crossbow hits and the radiant damage sparks off and fires. Does a little bit more damage. Is that your turn?
Yeah, that's everything.
Okay. So Ponti is going to move up to there. Let me just double check. He is going to move to there and he's going to cast Sacred Flame. And it's 60 foot, so he can go for somewhere at the back. It's a dex save, isn't it? Alright, so he is going to go for the same one Yelena went for, actually. And El Zombie my roll hasn't come up, has it?
It loads as if it's going to produce it, but then it just doesn't show up. Same again, yeah.
Okay. I will roll on the side. And he fails, so that does a d8's worth of damage. Let me just see. I wonder. Oh, you know, this. Bollocks. Now something's going on. Let me just roll a d8. It takes 8 points of damage. Nice. Okay. Right, then that is his turn. Next up will be the zombies. And they are going to move down. Okay. Then Dusted, the one in front of you, is going to attack you. Sorry, dude.
That's okay. It has disadvantage because of protection from good and evil, I think.
Yes.
16 and a 12.
Miss.
Alright. I think that is it then. Those are my zombies done. No one else can get in. Okay, so next up then is round 3, Vargo.
Fireball to the one in front of me. That one.
The already wounded one, yeah.
Are they all failing their Undying Fortitude? I think it was called.
Undying Fortitude.
Not true.
How do you know about that?
I played Tours of Strahd.
Sorry, my above is lagging. Nothing is like clicking and loading at the moment.
You want a moment to refresh?
I need to wait it out because if I refresh, all of you drop.
Oh shit! Yeah. Okay.
Classic D&D Beyond.
um,
That's right, Stefan. From time to time, I hear you kind of robotic, if that makes sense.
robotic? How dare you? Yes, it makes sense.
I'm not a robot. I'm an automaton, or whatever it's called. Yeah.
I'm an automaton. Okay. Yeah, dude, it's just everything's frozen, man.
Every creature we've met thus far has secretly been an android.
Yeah, exactly.
We're all playing a sci-fi adventure, but we don't know about it.
we're actually stuck in Vargo's Technicolor steampunk land. We don't know it yet.
It's a simulation.
You're all in the Animus.
Yeah.
We are all trapped in Mechanus.
I
Alright.
actually.
Fargo, why don't you take your turn?
I did. Firebolt to hit, 25, and roll a 6 to damage.
Ah, okay, and that was for the one closest to you and in front of Yelena.
Yeah, that one.
Okay, cool. It is still standing.
Sure.
Next up.
And that's my turn.
And next up is Valrus.
He's gonna rush up there and attempt to use Chaos Bolt on one of the zombies in the trio next to Dusted, the one straight upwards from him.
Okay, the one furthest away from Dusted, that was...
And that's a miss.
Oh no!
Did you not have? Oh, it's a crit one.
It's a natural one.
That would be a miss. Anything else?
It's gonna... No.
I felt the pain.
Yeah, mine's still frozen. Okay. Sorry, Vargo, you were saying... It's not Vargo, it's,
Valrus.
Valrus, is that...
No, I was going to say he's gonna sit down and cry for a bit, but that would make him prone, so...
Oh yeah.
Okay.
He's gonna stand and cry.
But stay where you are.
Yes.
Alright, in which case then up next is Lunan.
Lunan notices that he's a bit behind, so he runs up. And as a bonus, have his spiritual weapon do the same. And have it attack. 11 to hit.
Yeah, sorry, 11 hits, that's for sure.
And 1d8 plus 5. So that's 11 damage.
Okay, and with that, the zombie looks bloodied.
And he follows it up with a firebolt in its face, hopefully.
Ooh, okay.
Six fire damage.
Nice.
I mean, that is adding insult to injury, isn't it? Like, you smack it over the head with the weapon first, and then afterwards you see its face.
Yeah.
It's still standing,
Nope.
though.
No rest for the wicked.
No. Right, Azaka is going to go and she is going to attack twice with her longbow. the one at the back. Valrus, you missed that one, didn't you?
Yeah.
She gets a 5 and a 14, so she manages to hit it once. Again, for 8 points of damage. Okay. Alright, it is looking very much worse for wear. And Dusted, you're up next.
Yeah, I'm gonna move. Let's see. I'm gonna move 20 feet to the east. So I'm gonna provoke an attack of opportunity with my first movement.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you can roll the attack for that manually or something.
Yeah, I will do.
Still with disadvantage, and then try to move over here and slap, sort of like interpose between the zombie and Valvis, and then try to smack it.
It gets a 9, which means it misses.
Yeah, and if it rolls the disadvantages, doesn't really matter. So I'll roll my attack. That's an 8.
That
You
hits.
remember you are blessed. Oh, that hits.
And you're blessed.
Oh yeah, okay, fair.
I'm even more angry now.
8 hits. All right. I
And
think
I
I can.
deal 13 damage to it.
Which means actually, Valrus, now I've just seen all of your rolls come up on my screen. You got an 8 to hit as well, didn't you?
But it was a 1.
Oh, it was a natural 1. Sorry. Go on, Dusted.
Oh, it's still standing.
Yes.
Oh. Well then. I hadn't foreseen this. I thought it was that bloodied. Well, then he's just gonna stab in fully between the two, and
Hang
it
on.
is marked because I hit it. So if it attacks anyone else, it has disadvantage. If it attacks me, it has disadvantage.
How much damage did you do?
13.
Is it the one in front of Valrus?
Yeah.
Oh, you're...
Yeah, I ran over there to hit that one, and then hope that it would the other one that when I moved away wouldn't hit me, and it didn't. So I tried to attack that one. Yeah.
Okay, sorry, my actual Beyond just crashed. Let me see, it was lagging, I didn't even see you move across.
Well, yeah, I tried to say that I was moving. Oh, okay, we're back here. Okay, I can just move. Oh, that one Lunan killed is not even dead. Oh wait, I don't know if it was dead, but I moved across here.
Would it help if we all go out and came back?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. Maybe you enter first, and once you do that, you tell us to enter.
Mine's already done it. So mine's good.
Okay, I'm loading in now.
All right, I'm going now.
Sorry, gents.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm in.
So yeah, I smacked that zombie there to my northeast.
Okay, and you were using the Warhammer with radiant damage, yes?
Yeah, for 13 damage.
Okay,
Yeah.
he doesn't get a save, he dies immediately.
Okay, and then yeah, I cannot remember. Tabaxi only have 30. Yeah, we only have 30 movement. So he's gonna move again back here to sort of interpose himself between Yelena and Valvis and the rest of the zombies.
Okay. Let's check the combat tracker still works. Good. And everyone is connected to the server. It seems like we are up and running again. Party! Okay. Is that your turn?
Yes, please.
Alright, then next up is Yelena and Ponti.
Okay. I want it just quickly. I'm debating something. I think I'm just gonna do it. She's gonna run up to the zombie and she's gonna, I guess, drop her crossbow and use her short sword. And she'll attack the zombie in front, and I'm hoping maybe that I'll hit. That was so close to being a 1.
Wow.
Oh dear.
Nice.
She's gonna smite it.
Okay.
Don't you mean obliterated?
Yes, she's gonna obliterate this zombie. I think it's 2d8. I don't think I actually have the spell in my sheet because it's not a spell.
It's a first level to the 8.
Oh yeah, 2d8 and then an extra 1d8 for
Divine something.
for undead or fiends.
Yeah.
So 3d8 and then 1d4 radiant from the attack.
Ooh.
And the short sword damage.
And the actual short sword damage.
Only.
Wow, so 24 altogether.
Hell yeah. I need to make sure I mark the spell slot off.
Okay. And it's radiant damage, so the zombie gets no fortitude save. Running up, you manage to pull out your sword and cleave through the zombie in front of you as it drops down. Squelch.
She looks very pleased with herself.
Is that your turn?
Yeah, she won't move any further.
Alright, then Ponti is going to move up to the middle of the pathway and he is going to cast his Sacred Flame on the zombie in front of the Warhammer. No, he's going to do it to protect Yelena with the zombie that's just behind the one you just killed.
Oh, you have a new fan, Yelena.
Oh no. No.
Okay, and the zombie rolls a 12 for a dex save. What's the Sacred Flame?
It's radiant.
No, I was looking for the Sacred Flame dex threshold that he needs to get.
Oh, the DC, yeah.
Like the DC is based on the character, not the spell.
Yep, correct.
Yes.
So his wisdom plus proficiency plus 8, I think.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think yeah, +8, yeah.
Huh. Yeah, that's weird. But either way, it's 16, so he fails. Okay.
Okay. 16, that's pretty good.
And he does 5 points of damage. Radiant. Okay. That's his turn. So next up are the zombies, and they move up over to there, and this one is going to walk right through and past the spiritual weapon and move to there. Does the spiritual weapon get a reaction to attack? It doesn't, does it?
No.
I don't think it counts as a creature, so it cannot, probably.
It does not get an opportunity attack.
Shame.
Alright. In which case, Yelena, the 2 zombies are going to attack you.
Oh boy.
Fortunately, they only get 1 attack per round, and the first one, whoa, he rolls a 7.
Ha ha ha.
And the second rolls a 14.
I think that's a meets it, beats it moment, that one.
Oh, so the second zombie just manages to hit you, and wow, you take 6 points of bludgeoning damage
Ow.
as the zombie lays into you with a fist and slams you. Bah!
Oh yeah, I got a concentration check.
Yep. And don't forget you got bless on as well.
Oh yes.
Oh, that's a 10 anyways.
Yep.
Yeah. Alright, so you managed to maintain concentration. And that's the end of the round. Round 4, starting off, is Vargo.
I will firebolt the one closest to me. I think that hits.
That does actually hit.
For 6.
6 points of damage. Nice. Okay.
That
Oh,
one.
hold on. That was... Wow. The damage was 6, so he needs a con save, which he fails his constitution saving throw, so he does drop dead. Alright.
Nice.
Good job. Do you want to move?
Nope, I'm fine where I am.
Okay. Anything else you want to do this round?
Nope.
Next up then is Valrus, the natural 20 firebolt god.
Yup, which I have not done. He's going to run up over there and determined to hit with Chaos Bolt. He's going to try to gain and waste the spell slot.
Oh.
And this time hits.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay, which one were you going for?
The blue one.
Yep, got ya.
Yep. So that is so close to being the same. 11 points of, let's see, 5 and a 6. 11 points of lightning damage. And what is it? 2d6. 8 points of additional, I guess, lightning damage.
Wow. Okay. So altogether
19.
19. Alright, he rolls a 13, which means he fails his con save. The zombie gets electrified as it falls down, and the smell of guts and burning flesh fills the air around you, Yelena, as you manage to not puke all over the place.
Turns up her nose and sends him a very disgusted look.
Saving your life, Opie.
Is that your turn?
That's my turn.
Alright, next up then is Lunan.
Moving up a little bit between the trees and shooting a firebolt at the one that is still there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that definitely hits.
1 fire damage.
1 point of fire damage as a firebolt streaks through the air and hits him.
And
Mm-hmm.
on top of that, I'm looking around a bit if I see any other creature in the tower area.
Okay, roll a perception check for me, please. As you cast your eye around in the middle of combat, you glance at the tower, focus through any of the cracks or the windows or anything, and around the base area, past the tower, you don't see any other creatures at all.
Then as a bonus action, by chance, I moving it towards the living one, but it can't reach him.
Okay. That's your turn?
Yep, done.
Alright then, Azaka is going to move to here, and she is going to fire twice with her longbow. And she gets a 5 and an 8, 1 hits. So she rolls a 7 plus 2, so she does 9 points of damage. The zombie now looks bloodied. Dusted, it is you next.
Dustin's gonna just swing across here and join Yelena's side and attack it with the warhammer.
Oh, okay.
Still sort of in a semi purification frenzy. Yeah, 19.
Goodness me.
22. Yeah.
Yep, that definitely hits.
So 8 damage, where 5 of them is radiant.
Yep. And as you swing your hammer and the warhammer connects with the zombie, the radiant damage bursts in the face of the zombie, and the crackling power reduces the zombie to dust. Looking around, you notice all of the zombies that were in here, the whole horde is now dead. It has grown a lot quieter. And interestingly enough, you don't actually hear much jungle life around you. However, standing in front of you is a keep and a tower on your right hand side.
Is everyone alright? Did any of them bite you?
No.
Hey Connor, no.
Everyone seems to be okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes, I do say that was exhilarating. Oh, so good to have some companions.
You did quite well. You were even quiet for once.
I think you should continue that trend.
Oh, it's nice to know that you're appreciated. And he purses his lips, and then you can see him shut his mouth quite tightly. He's almost sucking on his lips so he doesn't say anything.
Yes, well done. Thank you for assistance.
Shall we check the tower first?
I suggest if reading.
Before we do anything, could we take a look at the instructions again, so we don't
Yeah.
end up wandering to the trap?
Who has Alexia's note?
I have the note and I just read it, and it suggests going to the keep first. So
Excellent.
first, locate the portrait of Master blah 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 in the keep. You'll find the first half of the code phrase inside of the painting. Next, you will need to climb the tower and find the book.
Before we go into the keep, just a question, because this is not my area of expertise, and Dustus just sort of kicks the zombie next to him. Is there any chance these guys get up again when we get out here again?
Well, I don't know much about zombie undead things, but we could always boil them together and burn them.
That was the idea, yeah.
They do smell a lot, though.
Would I know whether or not they'd ever get back up?
Azaka, do you think that might draw attention upon us?
Hey, I think I think the ones that look like they were beaten with this holy damage will not be getting up at all. Maybe we ask the tabaxi just to hit them a couple of times with this hammer to make sure, yeah?
The hammer is already shaking in his hand, and he instinctively just hits the one next to him. And it's a little uncertain if it was just its own volition or if it was the hammer.
And the hammer, as soon as it hits an undead, it kind of gives a little faint sparkle, but the undead doesn't move. Definitely.
Dustin is gonna repeat the action, but this time he looks a little more in control of it and just stick around to do it.
On all of them.
Preferably, yes.
Okay. You all gather around and watch as Dustin makes the rounds on the remaining zombie corpses, making sure that you're at least 10 to 15 feet away from him so you don't get guts on your boots.
Oh dear, I should have probably thought of that.
And you finish
That-
up with a squelch, ugh, shaking off some brains and guts off your hands and the edge of the hammer. Eesh. It is quite messy business, this.
Dustin, are you alright?
Dustin sort of like stands there for a moment holding his hammer and then he looks up and says, "Never better." And then he just sort of sheets it in the ring he has on his belt that the hammer hangs off.
Huh.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Just never seen you before like this.
Like what? You've seen me in combat several times.
Yeah, but so excited about. And I just stare at the corpses with the brains out.
Let's be honest. If these things were going to come back out of nowhere, it's probably better to be sure. And it's a job well done. I mean, we still have two clerics here, which would probably be able to deal with it, but best that they don't come back. He sort of like looks from corpse to corpse, just checking if any one of them starts moving, but obviously cannot see anything.
None of them do.
Alright. I will take your word for that. Just, if anything happens, you know that you can talk to us, alright?
Yeah, sure.
Alright.
And he just brushes it off. He's not even aware of this himself at this point, so he's just like, yeah.
Okay, so I think maybe we should be moving. Which way are we going? Yeah?
Well, the keep, if we want to follow the instructions.
Yeah, as they move towards the keep, Yelena is going to cast Divine Sense.
Okay.
I'll post the thingy if it
Please.
posts. Oh, it does.
What is there a within 60 feet, yes?
Yeah, so I think it's... Yeah, and it's only for that one moment, basically. So she'll do it just before they enter, just to make sure that there's nothing immediately in there.
So you can use this a number of times equal to 1 plus your charisma modifier.
Yeah,
So
she'll just use it the once at the moment.
Okay. Using your action to cast Divine Sense, your range steps out the entire length and breadth of the keep, as well as the height of the keep. And in that instance, as the senses reach out throughout the entire keep, 60 feet ahead of you and above from you, your nostrils begin to fill with a noxious odor. Almost as if you're breathing in ammonium acid. It sort of like tangles its way up between your nostrils into the base of your sinuses and swirls around there like mustard gas as you finally feel it making you dizzy. You cough a little bit, and you become aware that there is quite the presence of undead in this keep.
Oh dear.
In fact, you can sense the presence of 3, maybe, I know I lie, 5 separate types of undead.
Oh dear.
2 of which appear to have a very unique scent to them.
Oh dear. That was worse than what?
It's everything alright?
Well, there is quite a lot of undead in this keep. And I think more than just these things that we have just killed. And 2 of them, she screws up her nose a bit. Unique, I suppose, is one way of putting it.
Both the unique signatures appear to be coming from below you in a place which is not desecrated, but it appears to be consecrated by a unholy effect.
Oh. Those 2 are below in a very weird place. I'm not one very familiar with overly divine magic, but it's been consecrated with unholy magic, I think. I'm not entirely sure what that really means, but it is the feeling I get.
But basically, if, for instance, let's say a demon was to imbue other demons and give them protection against good,
Mhm.
and then create a holy place for them, you wouldn't really desecrate that place, would you? Because the demon
Yeah.
would make
Oh no, that's all right. It's Yelena doesn't understand.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, it's all right.
Yeah. So you understand there's some sort of shit going down.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's all good. I don't know if I want to go down there, to be honest.
Should we still follow through?
Well, I suppose if we're not going downstairs, then maybe we should be fine.
Perhaps I might suggest you do the same on the tower?
Yes. Do you know what these things could be? Mr. Ponti.
And he sits down on the ground and pulls out his tome and flicks across to undead, and he's like, Did you get a visual reading of them, or any description that I can look up?
No, but I know there were 5 different types. I suppose the ones that are unique are probably... I don't know, actually. I don't know a lot about undead. Maybe they have names. If undead even have names.
Oh, dear. Well, I do say, I think we would need a little bit more to go on in order to identify them without, not having seen them.
That is true.
Oh well. And he closes the tome and puts it back in his backpack. Perhaps we shall find out when we meet them, hey? Who knows?
You seem quite excited to go into battle this time.
Oh, yes.
This was the Gusto your commander was talking about.
Ooh. Oh. It perhaps. I am only discovering how exciting it can be to watch other people beating zombies senseless. Ooh. They never told us this at the temple.
Yeah, it's all fun and games until it's you being beaten senseless.
No. He was helpful during the fight.
And you see him like press his lips together as if he's biting back an answer when you say that.
That wasn't meant to be a threat necessarily. He's just overly joyous about fighting zombies and maybe getting a bit too courageous.
You're just putting
Might
him in
find
his
himself
place, are you?
being. You don't want him rushing into the horde.
True. Right.
It's enough to have one character that, or one party member that does that.
Pardon?
This is true.
I didn't catch that. I was writing something for the summary. Sorry, I didn't catch that. What did you say?
Nothing.
Well, Dustin is absent-minded again, so that's fine. Yeah, even if it was in game, it's still fitting.
And Yelena, standing in front of the keep, you notice that the doors have rotted off its hinges. There is broken timber on the floor in front of you, and the room in front of you is just a small reception room with a couple of doors leading off of it.
Okay, she's gonna gingerly and as quietly as possible, knowing that there is undead in here, just very carefully push the door or pull the door open, whichever way it goes.
Let me switch maps quickly. Okay.
Darkness.
Right. If you zoom out, you'll see that there is a very small portion of the map. You are standing at the entrance. There are 3 doors leading out of this reception courtyard.
Ah, yes.
Can we go in and, I don't know, listen at the doors to see if can hear anyone behind them?
Is everybody going to go to the keep?
Yes.
Yeah, but Dustin's gonna follow last, just taking a final sort of like look outside before he heads in.
Okay. So,
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, it's dark in here, I suppose.
yes.
I will light a torch.
Okay. So, Lunan, what about you?
I can create some more light, yeah, sure. I will light my shield. It's easier to investigate in light, even if you have dark vision.
Correct.
This is true.
Speak for yourself. I have -1 intelligence.
I'm too dumb for light to affect me.
Fair enough. Okay, so Lunan is going to use his shield of light. Vargo's moved in. Okay, so Valrys, you're listening at the door.
Yes.
Roll a perception check for me, please. You place your ear to the door and you listen intently. You do not hear any sound coming through from the other side.
I'll quietly try and open it.
Okay.
Peek in.
You also mentioned you were coming in here quietly, so anyone who's doing something quietly, please roll a stealth check for me.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I really don't want to be quiet. If you guys are okay with that, I would like to take the time to cast Detect Magic as a ritual.
That's going to take 10 minutes, is that right?
That is correct. Yeah. How do you guys see it?
Do you want to wait for him to cast his ritual Detect Magic?
Oh, yeah, sure. I don't mind.
Yeah.
There it is then.
Okay, so casting your detect magic, Vargo, after 10 minutes or so. Everyone waits for you to do that, and its concentration, is it for an hour?
For 10 minutes.
For 10 minutes, okay. So, let's count off 10 minutes then. You do not... In this room, as you look around, you do not see anything magical.
Alright.
Who's doing what? Valrus, you said you were going to try the door?
Yes.
Okay. Can you do me a favor and roll a strength check, please?
Oh,
Time
no.
and age have forced bits of the door to be falling apart, and it seems to be stuck on its hinges.
Oh, never mind. That's fine.
Wow. As you do so with that natural 20, you manage to yank on the door and open it, because of your stealth check beforehand, without a sound. As the door comes open, you sort of feel it wobble on its hinges, and you manage to straighten it up, and slowly the door opens. The light from Lunan's shield behind you fills the area, and you notice that there is a stairwell going up.
You said you sensed those things downstairs, right?
There is no way down from here.
Well, the more dinky ones that felt very different. The unique ones were down. The others, I think, they were like all like, were they above or on the same level,
All of
or were they all?
them were above,
Mhm.
kind of a little bit towards the back of the keep.
Okay.
I'd 60% were above, 40% of it was down below.
Okay. So yes, they were above and some to the back. So maybe, and then the downstairs. We don't want to go down there.
The way the note is written, I get a feeling that the trap might interfere with us if we go down that hole without having solved the puzzle first.
Alright, so first step is to find this portrait. Let's search for it then. Want to clear this floor before we go up?
Yeah.
Might as well.
Alright.
Yes.
Bargo will try this door.
Okay. Anyone else on the other door?
I don't want to make another strength check, so
Who else is opening doors and searching?
Yeah, I don't want to open the other one. So,
Yelena.
yeah.
Okay. Good. Dusted, what are you doing?
Dustin is still keeping guard at the door, just to prevent that we get ambushed from behind.
At the door or the entrance to the keep?
The entrance to the keep. Sorry.
Okay. So I just need Yelena and Fargo to roll strength checks for me, please.
Can Bargo use a lockpick from his thieves tools to just pull up the hinges of the door?
You can try. The problem is that the doors are slowly rotted into the wood's expanded, so they filled out, which means that they're slightly stuck. So yeah, you can try and knock the hinges off or take them out, but the door won't budge because it's stuck into the door frame.
Alright, I understand. So, strength or athletics? Which one?
Either athletics, I guess, if you want, actually.
Alright.
Yelena, I see your roll. Try as you might, Yelena doesn't manage to budge the door. It appears to
Yeah.
be too fragile.
Internally, she doesn't want to do it.
Yes.
Maybe I should try it.
But Vargo, you easily manage to unjam the door, and the door opens into what looks like a small cellar. There is a small staircase, a half staircase leading down. However, it is covered with rubble and dirt, and it is unpassable.
If that one is closed, it might. There is a door here that might lead to the same room.
As you move in, you get closer to the door. Are you going to try it?
I will try to hear if it's some if there is something on the other side.
Roll a perception check for me.
Yeah, I'm confident that there isn't.
Absolutely, there is nothing on the other side of the door.
And I will try to open it.
Okay. It is jammed, so roll a strength check for me, or athletics, please.
Not that well.
You put your shoulder to the door to try and get it to budge, and it moves, but it gives a little, but doesn't seem to want to move from its hinge.
Yeah, no, I'm wasted. Lunan, but could you try it, please?
Sure, I'll help you.
Alright.
I noticed some parts where it's weaker here. That's the place, and that basically I'm casting guidance on you.
Ooh.
You want a strength check or a? Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's athletics or strength.
Correct.
And a D4.
Lunan just grabs the door handle, gives it a twist, puts his shoulder in with a little shove, and it just pops open. No problem at all. And the door opens into a ruined area. Vegetation seems to be growing from the ground up. The water in here is squelching. It seems like it's stagnant and old, undisturbed for quite some time. Most of the ceiling, from what you can see, wood has fallen down and collapsed a little bit as well. Nothing of interest appears in the room. It's empty, but it just looks like it's not been lived in or occupied. Yelena, from the other side of the door, you hear a knocking sound.
Which door?
The one that you're standing in that you couldn't open.
Oh. Oh, what? Oh, can you tap that one?
Yeah,
That
well,
You pass through the door.
you can't pass through the door. It's locked.
Oh, okay. They went around the other way.
Yelena's probably just as confused.
Yeah. What? Yeah,
Oh,
well?
They don't have doors in the Fae.
No.
all right. And there is no way to go down there, correct, Ian?
Correct.
All right. Anything of notice in this room?
No, everything is empty. Bits of cobwebs and dust, lots of water and rotted wood.
All right. I suppose we opened this one then. Is it also blocked?
It is also jammed. Yeah, you'll need a strength check to open that one.
Is there a sky above where we're at, or is it roof or ceiling?
It is ceiling, roof, both. But some of the support beams and some of the floorboards from underneath seem to have collapsed as the vegetation and the tree roots have grown and the ivy up the side. It seemed to damage the ceiling quite some bit. It does look like no one has been in here and the keep is almost being swallowed by vegetation.
Mm-hmm. I'm not having this one alone. Yelena, I can help you open the door.
Oh, okay.
How are you going to get
Sure.
there?
Gonna walk around.
Alright, as you
She's
slowly
engaged
walk
her brain.
around. Alright, so if Argo's helping, you can have advantage on your strength check. Valrys, sorry. Vargo.
Oh boy. Why is she being very slow? I didn't see what that second one landed on before I died.
13. Okay, yep. And with the second little quick shove, the door opens and it reveals a staircase going up.
A devil! No!
Well, the trap was when you went down, wasn't it? Rather than when you went up.
Correct.
Correct. Yeah.
So supposedly these stairs should be fine.
If we trust the source of this letter, yeah. But I will keep an eye open, regardless.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way, did Yelena reveal to us that there was undead in here, or just that she sent something nasty?
Ask her.
She did mention undead. Yeah.
Oh, well, then we're definitely going upstairs and searching. Dustin sort of like skips.
Okay,
Oh,
so Dustin
time to
skips
go
ahead,
after
does he?
Dusted.
I swear to God, this cat has a death wish.
Alright. Dusted, you skip your way up
You have no idea.
to the second floor. And, yep, there you go. As you get to the second floor, you come to a door. The door looks a lot drier than the one below you. Than all the others. It doesn't seem to be waterlogged. In fact, it seems to be in reasonable condition.
I gotta do this. Dustin starts scratching on the door with his claws.
Oh, I love him.
I would never get the chance to do this again. I had to do it now. And then he's gonna obviously try the door and open it.
Okay. You place your hand on the door handle and push, and the door opens effortlessly. And
Knock, knock.
as it does, it reveals a small corridor behind, branching off to the right. At the end of the corridor on the right hand side in the cul-de-sac is a pile of bones, a dead skeleton lying in a heap.
Well, I don't have really good, what do you call it, not experience, but track record with bones and corpses. Anyway, like peering into it, Dustin doesn't see anything, right?
Peering into...
The hallway, like scanning it back and forth.
What are you looking for?
I mean, I'm primarily looking at the skeleton, wondering if there's any sign. Well, there's probably not any signs of how it died. It's a skeleton just lying there. Oh, it's on that end. Sorry, I thought it was on the other end.
Yeah, it's on the far end over there. It looks like it's in a heap. You can't really see. It's almost lying on the ground, weird angles. Not really curled up, but slumped against the... It looks as if it died. It probably was lying with its back against the wall and has fallen over.
Well, I've faced spiders before, so we step into the hallway.
Who's we? Dusted and his
Yeah.
warhammer.
Yeah.
Okay. You step into the hallway.
And sort of like taking in. So there's 3 doors in here.
Mm-hmm.
Dustin's gonna lean back out and just say, wait a moment. There's 3 doors in here, and there's some skeletons. So we might be looking at some monsters in here. It doesn't look like the last corpse I managed to get some blood sturges out of, but we'll see. Sort of takes some closer steps to the corpse.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Clip, clop, clip. As you walk across the wooden floorboards, the echoing sounds of your boots clip-clopping along the floorboards reverberates through the small corridor. Nothing else happens. Do you have dark vision?
Curious. I do have dark vision, yes.
Yeah.
60 feet.
As Lunan comes up behind you and light from his shield spills into the side, it almost bathes you in dim light, and your dark vision fades.
Knowing that they're upstairs, she's going to use her thingy sense again. Because she knew that they were so upstairs, but I guess it was probably hard to tell where exactly. So now that they're up here, she's going to use her divine sense to see if she can figure out more or less where the undead that she sensed are.
The smell of undead assaults your nose as all of a sudden you get the sense that you're surrounded by them. Ahead of you, which way are you facing?
She's facing down towards Dusted.
So you're facing west.
Yeah.
Okay. So directly ahead of you, the slumped heap on the ground in front of you gives off a slightly pungent smell. You know that it is an undead, and to its left and right you can almost smell the vapors coming from either side of it through the walls, assaulting your nose. Behind you on the left hand side, you also, through the door next to you, you get the sense that there are more skeletons, because now you recognize the smell of what a skeleton is. Above you and to your right is a slightly different scent, almost peppery and spicy as it hits your auditory senses. And then further above that, a stranger sour scent hits your nostrils as well. And far below you, again, the unique smells slowly, gently drift up to greet you. That is everything.
Okay, thank you. She lowers her voice a bit, but she tries to get everybody's attention. It appears that there is a lot of undead on this floor. They look like that, and she'll point at the skeleton in front of Dusted. I don't think it is actually dead. It is undead.
Dead. Undead dead.
Well, what are we waiting for then?
Well, we are also surrounded.
Oh. Well, the only way to make sure it's dead is to hit it with the hammer, right?
True.
You don't want to make too much noise in case the others come towards us. We don't want to end up skewered.
But we're still looking for the painting, right?
That is very true.
Are there monsters behind each of these doors?
Yes. And there are more upstairs. They all smell very different.
Do we have a means of... Well, we don't have a means of locating this painting. I mean...
We'll just have to guess.
Well, I'm guessing it's the right thing to destroy the undead.
I don't know if we should go in swinging so fast. I don't like all these undead everywhere.
We could block the doors before hitting this thing, and then try to exactly. Yeah.
I think that is a very good idea. How do we lock doors? Without
I
the key.
have thieves' tools. I could try to. Mm, how do I express this? I could try to sabotage the lock itself.
Break it?
Sorry?
You would break the lock?
I can try it.
We can give it a go.
Alright.
As
Then
long as we can open them later.
We
But-
kick them down, it's fine.
But probably just lock the door next to you, Yelena, because if Vargo gets too close to this heap in front of us, then you think it will wake up?
I don't know how undead even sleep. Didn't know they did. She'll move out the way a bit and come down here, and then she'll see Ponti, and she'll just say, "Mr. Ponti, do undead sleep?"
Well, you know, what they say in the temple is that the undead are always resting.
Well, that is not. This one looks like it's sleeping.
Perhaps it is listening to what we're saying right now.
that's actually a really deep question. Do undead sleep?
Buster
You think
keeps standing in the hallway, just raising the hammer and then lowering it and raising it every time there's a chance to attack it. It's like,
Oh, yeah.
I
Oh, yeah.
think if we keep standing here for any longer, this cat's going to go in a frenzied rage.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Excuse me, please. 1 second. Yeah, like that. All right. One last thing. I need you on my right, and Barry's on my left.
okay. Dust doesn't question this.
Yeah, that way.
Yep.
I feel much more relieved. I will.
I don't know how I feel about Valrus being right there if skeleton starts storming out, but okay.
All right. I didn't thought about that. Sorry, Barry. I just wanted to keep Kitty Cat far from the fight. All right.
Oh,
I will try to block the door, DM, if that it's possible.
Okay, so I need you to roll a proficiency check with your thieves' tools. So
Yeah, I don't remember if that is dexterity or intelligence. I don't know.
dexterity plus your proficiency modifier.
All right, so that will be +2. Oh.
So
Um.
you whip out your thieves' tools, you kneel down in front, and you start to try and tinker with the locks on the doors. You don't have a key, so obviously you've put in your thieves' tools inside, and you hear a click and not quite. You hear another click, and you just can't seem to get it. Either it's because the lock is partially rusted or damaged already. The door doesn't seem to lock.
perhaps Yelena could freeze it over.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. I will move.
It'll just make
yeah.
sound.
Maybe we should get ready then.
Alright.
I'm in oblivion. 1 second. I disappeared. I'm dead.
Vargo has gone upside down.
Try
It's
and
been a
fix-
pleasure.
Alright, Yelena, and as you step closer to the heap of bones on the body,
She's saying. Oh.
Before you do that,
I only moved because I wasn't sure if Vargo was underneath Yelena.
okay.
I don't exist anymore.
Because he said that he couldn't find his thing. She's staying over there.
I think you and Dusty should do this at the same time.
Yes. Let's do it.
So we are smashing it?
Well, you freeze the door, he smashes the one in front of us. I fear that your casting might wake it up anyways.
Oh, are you talking about the door in the north?
This one that she's right next to.
Yeah, the door that's unlocked.
Yeah.
So you're
She's
going
gonna.
to freeze
She's
it.
gonna. She's gonna freeze the lock, or try and freeze it just so either it doesn't open for at least a bit if
Mhm.
someone tries to open it. I don't know if undead can actually open doors, but
I would say they're a bit like dinosaurs, like velociraptors, aren't they?
I was
Well,
thinking about
dinosaurs, I
that.
think, are pretty
If
smart. Though.
if velociraptors can, I'm pretty sure skeletons can as well.
Yeah.
The second that she starts to cast the incantation, Dustin is always already halfway down towards the undead.
oh, okay.
Perfect.
She
Okay.
also assumed that undead can open doors, so she's just gonna freeze the door.
Do you require to do a spell attack?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
And Dusted, you're charging the undead on the ground and the floor in front of you as well.
Yeah.
So why don't you also roll an attack for me?
Is it prone? Does it count as prone, though?
You get advantage. Okay, Yelena, you easily blast the key lock in front of you. Whoa. And Dusted Cole, as you swing your hammer, it hits. What did you roll to hit?
15 plus 3.
Yeah, that hits. Yelena, yours also hits. Both of you got an 18. So both of you roll damage.
Is it safe to assume this is an undead?
Absolutely.
In that case, I would like to do 15 damage to the skeleton.
And you swing your hammer, and as it hits the skeleton on the ground, it doesn't so much as shudder. As soon as the hammer hits it, the radiant damage blasts out, shattering it to pieces. Smashing it apart straight away. Yelena, you put your hand forward and you aim your ray of frost at the keyhole, and as you fire it, the frost blast hits the keyhole, and the icicle itself actually juts right through the keyhole and sticks out about half a foot, breaking the whole thing entirely. You hear the wood splinter and crack as you do 6 points of damage to this already somewhat weakened door.
Oh boy.
The
She
force,
looks happy.
the force from the blast causes the door to shake on its hinges, and then slightly it opens ajar.
She looks very sad. And I guess she'll peek in as, like, without touching the door, she'll just cran her neck around to look in.
Because Lunan is behind you,
Mhm.
the room sort of manages to pick up a little bit of light. And as you crane your neck in and around, you can notice in the dim light in the corner ahead of you a painting hanging in the corner of the wall.
I need to remind myself of what the painting we were looking for was.
Master Herfolin. It's supposed to be a portrait of a dude.
Oh.
I am going to send a picture. Bear with me, callers.
Vargo is chilling out in the Astral Sea.
Oh yeah, because we still don't have a barcode token. Where did it go?
I moved to the right and disappeared in the darkness.
Okay, and indeed,
I got you. I saved you.
it is a portrait of a
Oh,
man.
thank you.
A man holding a scroll, and written on the back of the scroll facing you is a word.
I don't believe you. What's the
She'll
fair enough?
She'll turn to the others and very quietly. Oh, she'll also see if like she can spot any bones or anything.
I need you to roll a perception check with disadvantage for me, please.
Ja. One. Oh yeah.
So because the door is slightly ajar and not all of the light from Lunan's shield can get through, it's dim light.
Mhm.
Yeah. But the light from your shield does splash into the corner of the room. As you look around the door, all you can make out is overgrown vegetation, broken floorboards. You don't, at a quick glance in the dim light, see any bones at all.
Okie dokie. She'll turn to the others and very quietly say, I think I might have found the painting. But I can't see any undead, but I swear I sensed something in there. Maybe it's hidden in all the plants.
Should we check on the other rooms first before entering this one?
Is there any point if the painting's here?
I'll keep these two doors secure if you scout in there.
Okay.
We could have different strategies. We could try to clear the keep before we go to the tower and take care of all the other doors as well, but I don't know.
It
I
might make this place a
think,
bit safer.
yeah, but at the same time, I feel like if we are going to follow the instructions of the note, we should do it truly, just in case we may step in some place that we are not supposed to go yet.
I do say, what are the instructions again?
It is find the portrait, followed by climbing up. Like climb to next, you need to climb the tower and find the book,
Mhm.
and there you will find the next a second half of the code phrase. Finally, you need to drop 150 feet of rope from the top of the keep down through the stairwell. As you slide down the rope, you utter the code phrase. So I feel like as long as we don't go down the hole in the staircase without the code phrase, we're fine. But if we do not, there is a risk. So only if we do use this method will the repository open. If you don't follow the sequence, there's a good chance you will be killed by a magical trap protecting the repository.
All right. In that case, it should be fine. You're correct. You're right.
It depends on how strict the sequence is, but I assume it's fine.
Oh dear.
At least
So we have the code
we
phrase.
we have half of it.
Oh,
Do we?
Not yet.
It's on the painting, but we couldn't see it. So you need to go in there and figure it out. So we have that part of the code.
All right.
You can go first if you don't want to.
I can go first. Don't worry.
Okay. She just makes rooms for him.
mm-hmm.
I step up until there. Do I die?
Not straight away, no.
Slowly and painfully.
You slowly walk into the room 10 feet, 15 feet. Creaking floorboards greet you as you get halfway. You notice some of the floorboards are cracked but dried. It's rough and some holes in places where they've fallen through to the ground floor below you. Lunan moves past you, and the light from his shield bathes the room in brightness, as you can see the painting glaring at you, just waiting for you.
I'm also holding a torch.
Okay, of course you are. Sorry.
I expect the rest of the party to come in, except from Dusted, I suppose. And I approach to the painting. Anything suspicious on my surroundings? Yelena did say that she noticed something inside here, I think.
Are you going to step up to the painting and then take a look around?
No, first take a look around and then
Okay, then
approach the painting.
roll a perception check for me, please.
Alright. Yeah, I'm fairly confident everything is alright. I will approach the painting.
You scrutinize everything around, and as you get near the painting, all of a sudden you hear some movement, and you look around, and all of a sudden, from the undergrowth, two skeletons stand up. As you get right in front of it, and we are going to end our session there, I think.
Quick, close the door.
So, yeah, just run out. Slam it on
I dare you. I dare you. I will burn the portrait.
Oh no.
As you step up to that painting, all of a sudden the rooms around you seem to start to make noise, and you hear movement above as well.
Oh god.
Just a second.
We will end, and when we join next week, it will be everyone rolling initiative.
Boy.
I like it. This is giving me a lot of Curse of Strat vibes, and I enjoyed that.
Oh, just you
Oh
wait.
yeah. I have no idea. Does these doors open inwards or outwards?
Well, you know that the one where Yelena is opens inwards towards the room.
Bugger me.
I think I know what you're thinking.
I cannot hold both doors shut then if they open into the rooms. Damn it.
Your arms just aren't long enough, are they?
No, they won't be long enough, and I don't think I have the strength for it either. So.
Well, no, I don't think you've got any strength characters in the party at all, do we?
Well, Yelena is the strongest. Let's be honest, and that's also like.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
With
boy.
like a 12 or a 13 strength, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean that should definitely be a purchase at one point. I don't care who they go on, but a pair of gauntlets of Ogre Strength.
Wait.
Just on one person. I don't care who has it. It's just someone. Give it to Valrus, for fuck's sake.
Imagine. It would be like the Rock trying to cast spells.
Yeah.
It would be
Yelena,
awesome.
by any chance, are you proficient in athletics?
Me? I don't think she actually is. I don't think I picked it.
Oh, guys, in that case, Vargo might probably be the strongest one in athletics, at least, with +2.
Yeah, that doesn't make you a grapple master, though.
No. It's just that I don't believe that that +2 is the best we have.
Yelena is not proficient in athletics.
No.
Yeah, so I think you have the best one. Yeah, because I'm not proficient either.
It's amazing.
Yep, Vargo is the most athletic in the party.
Alright.
But not the strongest.
Yeah.
Gotta
I think next time, Lunan, I need you to step just one step east, if possible.
Gotta say that at least if Vargo dies, my one of my other characters I have in the back is straight face.
I don't know what you're worried about. They're only skeletons and zombies that you fought so far.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, you say that, but then we heard some growling that was very different from upstairs.
We're gonna have those four-armed gorillas jump out.
yeah, I mean, I feel pretty confident. We are strong, guys.
I mean,
I mean,
yeah.
we are fighting undead, and we have two clerics and a paladin. Come on.
You could always pile into that room where Varga is and then try to barricade it, I guess. But
Right now, he's just depleting our resources to then put us in front of the big bad monster.
I don't know what you're talking about, but what resources?
Yeah. Well,
He's tiring us out.
I don't have any resources.
Duster just swings a hammer. He doesn't need resources.
Oh, should smash me.
Look, we
Runs up
survive.
and uses all of his strength in the first round.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So we survived. How do I say it? Running for a leech at second level. I think we are okay.
You could be.
I just realised I have dark vision of 120 feet.
You've only
Oh
just
my
realised that
God.
now, after 12
Yeah.
sessions.
Oh,
You should look down the hole then.
Wow.
true.
So anyone
And you
who's
just see
watching
the girl from the lich from the ring crawling up that fucking hole.
no.
Just
Oh my
like
God.
nope.
Oh dear.
We'll
Oh my
test
God,
that theory
I-
next session.
I might
I
do
for-
that to one of my one shot. That was fucking that was a good idea there. That's fucking brutal though.
I forgot that somewhere in the world there is a leech chasing us.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oi.
A lich that probably has a connection to this curse we're dealing with. So if we're in any of the cursed sort of like zone or something, she might know where we are.
She made pretty clear
Well, in
that
that case,
the only thing she know was there was an artifact of some kind.
Right, and on that note, we will see everybody again next week. Thank you so much for watching this far, and join us next week when we shall find out what is in the repository.